Is buying a home in Barrie a wise choice? Point is stick around till the end because we're going to give you 6 tips to say why it's a good choice. So let's get right into it. Dan, do you think it's a wise choice to buy in Barrie?
Well, I think it is. I mean, I think anywhere you go, there's negatives and positives, but I mean, we actually are taking this, some of like what we're saying, we just didn't make this up.
Right. No, no, it's not made up.
So we actually investigated, and there are definite positives in buying here. So the first one is a growing market.
Yeah.
So, well, Barry's housing market, and you were just saying the population, what did they,
Plan projects population growth up to 200,000 people by 2030. That's we're almost in 20, so let's call it 5 and a bit years. That's a substantial growth. I mean, right now it's probably sitting at 150, 151 in that range. So a lot of growth. Where are we seeing the growth? Well, the amount of condo projects is definitely, massive. There's not a lot of availability of lands for big subdivisions. So much that's been done many years ago, but we're seeing small pockets. We're seeing a lot of growth out by Prince William Inishore area. There's still a lot of growth going out that way. And then I think it's going to go in the 20th side road as we progress through, which Barrie annexed those lands several years ago. So nice areas. I think we're going to continue to see some growth, and I think appreciation will follow in time.
well, appreciation rates in Barry have always been good for years and years. Now, of course, right now, the last couple of years has been shit, but the average, even for the last 15 years, was between 10 and 11%. And in other areas, it's like in the province, it's 3 or 4%. Like, so, if you buy here, if you're going to hold on to it, you're going to make money.
Well, yeah, when we compare, our affordability to other markets, for sure, right? And we know where the demographic is coming from. We know it's North York, GTA markets that are coming up to these communities for a handful of reasons.
Well, because
Because
it's a lot friggin' cheaper.
cheaper, right? It's a different lifestyle. People are sick of that hustle and bustle in the city, right? There. So the kids can go to a great school, enjoy the waterfront, be 60 minutes to a local airport, thence in the city, 60 minutes to Cottage Country, 60 minutes to Collingwood. So it's a good center. It's a centralized location that's beneficial.
Well, yes. And so the second thing is the affordability compared to the GTA.
It's massive.
It's massive. Like down in the city for $1 million, if you get a townhouse, you're doing good. A really nice townhouse is more than that.
Yeah.
Um, Here you're getting like a beautiful home for $1 million.
Way again, detached, good area, 25, maybe to 3,000 square feet in that range. And that's the thing. So as a growing family in the city, imagine what that home would be in the city, 1.5, 1.6.
Yeah.
So the affordability range is coming in. We're getting a lot of diverse cultures coming into the community. I think it's great. We're seeing it, right? We're seeing some restaurants come up. It's good variety, safe community. I don't love the downtown core, but every community is having some struggles right now. But you
But for
know,
first time buyers that are in Vaughan and Richmond Hill or even in York region, like first time buyers can't buy there.
they're priced out. They can't afford it.
They can't. And
No,
here they can. I mean, do they have to commute? Yes,
they do. They do.
but they can own a home.
Yeah, they can own a home. Yeah. What's number three we got on our list?
Strong rental market.
Yeah,
The
we've seen.
rental, well, the fees when I tell people in Toronto, like
Yeah,
remember that guy told you that he had sold firm and then he was looking at renting and he says, well, maybe we'll come to Innisfil or Barrie to rent. And he wanted to know what a house was going for, like a bigger home. I said, well, like $3,500. And he said, well, I can rent that here. I said, well, yeah, we're no cheaper.
no,
The
no,
houses are way cheaper, but the rental market
yeah,
is pretty hot and it's expensive.
it is expensive, and it's still tight in this community, right? It's still a tight rental market. Yeah, we're seeing some listings, and last week we saw some decreases in some rental units on the board, but that's just a cyclical time of the year. People aren't looking to move right now.
That's right.
right? So, if someone wants to rent it, they gotta, maybe lower the price of it to make people move. Next month, it's done. No one's
Yeah.
moving.
Well,
So
I know that's why this time of the month, this time of the year is always bad for rentals.
it is. It is.
So number four, which is what you were already alluding to, which is the future growth potential. So
Yeah.
it's continue expanding new infrastructure, urban developments. Look at they're doing a whole new bus station. The Go bus routes are going on a regular basis. And we also have a lot of natural attractions with the waterfront, the walkways, the parks.
Yeah, we do. We do. Right. That Barrie waterfront gets heavily utilized in the summer, even in the fall, even in wintertime, you see people walking, right? They
I
do
go
a
down as long as it's not raining. I bundle up. I can still go.
so go. That's what I like about it too, right? It's right me. I look at I'm there in 2 seconds. So the convenience of that is great, right? So, it does have some positive attractions like that. A lot of events, a lot of festivals down there in the summertime. There's always something going on.
Well,
Which
there's a kayak. I think there's a kayak club. There's paddle clubs.
right.
There's my friend did that dragon boat racing paddling thing where you could sign up and learn how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um they also have those sea-doos that are rentable now.
Yeah, I saw that this summer. That got some traffic. I saw lots on the water.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Like
lots going on.
there's a lot of stuff going on down there. And the nice thing is that no matter where you are in Barrie, you can get there within 10-15 minutes and then you can go home. You don't have to stay around the crazy
No,
activity if you don't want.
no, you don't. No, you don't.
So
No,
that is a lot. I've had a lot of people come from Hamilton and different places and they're like, "Oh my God, it's beautiful down here."
no, no, it is. It's a nice structure.
Because a lot of people, Mark, go up the 400, they never come right into the town, so they don't even know what's here.
They don't. They should peel off on Essa Road, get you right down the lake shore, take a spin through there, park your car, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Right? Bike
Hmm.
paths are there. They got the rail path that I love the rail path. I often take Ted down that path. A little quieter. It's gravel, hard packed. You're right on the water. Takes you right to Johnson's Beach. You want to go further, you can. So, you know, lots of activity. What's our next one? What's number four? We at number
Cons-
four now?
Considerations on interest rates and market volatility.
Seen that in the last couple of years.
Well, and I mean, are we as volatile as some places?
I
Well,
think
yes and no. I mean, we're not dropping huge amounts.
no, no, not dropping huge amounts. We've seen that in what 2022, 2023 settle down. 2024 is at par with 2023. Again, the pricing in the market's not telling the real story in my mind, but the affordability is there. And I think as we see more decreases, I think we're going to see more traffic, right? We may see a lot of those first timers come back to the market, right? I got buyers looking for properties right now.
So do
You know,
I.
like they just haven't found the right one. And Mark, what do you think of this price? Oh, it's too high. Oh, it's been listed in the market, 4 months. It's got to come down. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's just see. So, you know, to the market, in my sense, I think this market's going to be a real key market to see where it goes into the spring of 25 and to see what kind of inventory we're going to the new year with and how it's going to be priced. That's critical, right?
Yeah. And if a lot of people are going to take it off the market when it starts getting cold, or are they going to just drop the price to get rid of it?
We're seeing a lot of price. In the last couple of weeks, you've seen some good price reductions, right?
Yeah.
Some are good enough, some aren't, but we're seeing it, right? So, but we're going to sit. I think we'll sit the end and then the year with some higher inventory numbers than previous years. But and then again, cancellations will come in, which is a normal time. Wait till it relists in January, Feb, get a start on things. But that January, Feb, March market's going to be key to see where it goes
I
for
know.
price, right? We base our price
Yes.
off those, so
Well,
that's
there's
key.
still so much inventory. So sales have increased, but
Much.
there's still so much inventory.
Can you pull it up and see what the inventory is now? I know we did a video last week. It was sitting at about 835. Be curious. I'm seeing some solds, but I'm not seeing gangbuster solds last week. And then, well, it's only Tuesday now, but I think I saw 10 yesterday, maybe a bit more. Just to see.
I have to log in.
That's okay. We got time.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it the other day and gosh, I should have my glasses on, Mark.
Yeah, I know. I hate putting mine on too sometimes. It takes me a minute to get my eyes adjusted. We're
So keep
listening.
this number in mind here. This is freehold, right?
Yeah,
608.
yeah. So it's up par pretty much the last year. Condo's probably what, two and change.
I'm gonna try it right now.
I'm probably sitting 215.
209.
Right, so not far off. So we're sitting with the same inventory we did last week, right? So, and I don't know why all that inventory is coming on. The only thing I think about is, okay, now the rates have come down to 50 basis point. Let's get on the market. Buyers are going to rush back.
Well, this is
That's
what I don't really understand about it, honestly, but
either, right? Because, it's a late, right? And we're not seeing that, right? We're
we
seeing,
have
okay,
147 freehold sold
so far this year, this month,
this month.
right? 147.
Yep.
How many listings again? 608.
609 and no, 608 and 209.
Okay, so that when I break that down to percent to inventory, that's 24% of the inventory is turned over so far. What's the other 76% doing? This is, I always put that question back. Well, we don't know, but we do know in a way. You know what I mean? The market's too priced. Too priced, it's mispriced.
I want to see what the sales were at this time last year.
That'd be interesting.
So there was 147 this year, 112 last year.
Okay, so we're seeing a bit of an increase. That'll be 2 months in a row. That's good. Is it enough to drive the market? No. When I start to see maybe what I'd like to start to see is, oh, wow, 40% of the market or 50 or 60% of the market is turning over in a month. Then we got some real news to report,
Mm-hmm.
right? But will we see that next year? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what this rate cut will be, right? I mean, the
I
numbers
heard it's going to go down a chunk again.
yeah, well,
That's what I'm hearing.
that's what I've been hearing too. So
So the last thing, Mark, which is kind of interesting, they talk about lifestyle and community, slower pace of life than Toronto, good schools, healthcare, amenities, making it ideal for families looking to escape the bustle of city life.
absolutely. And I was up in Huntsville last week, last Monday actually, went for a nice, beautiful hike on Algonquin Park. An hour and 15 minutes, I'm there, right? Want to take a nice hike in Collingwood. I'm 50 minutes and I'm in there.
Or
Go
go
to
skiing.
or go skiing, right? So it's centralized is so good for my lifestyle. And so to me, it is a real lifestyle community. Got the water in the summertime, got all the ski hills, got the beautiful Algonquin Park in the summertime. I love
People
going.
are fishing, hunting. You're
Yeah,
like an hour and a half away from all of those things. And there's water sports. And there is good programs for kids here.
there's lots of that's a good point. There's tons of activities. Just look at the soccer, look at the Timbit hockey. Like it's massive in these communities,
Well, and
right?
my daughter does the moving arts and it's theater, Mark. They have singing, all musical instruments, acting,
Yeah. It's a
and
lot.
it goes up to yeah, and they have dance, but
Yeah.
this moving arts, like they do acting, singing, like the whole thing. They put on plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty like for little kids, it's pretty cool.
It's great. Lots
Yeah.
of activities. We got multiple recreation facilities here, three or four. We got Holly, East Bayfield, Allendale. There's three, right? And plus all the other, gyms, Good Life, LA Fitness, all the other smaller ones too. There's lots of it's the amenities that people have in the city we have here, but we do lack entertainment in a sense in dining, food. If you're a foodie, probably
There's a
and there's
bit.
a nice restaurant. There's some great restaurants in here. Don't get me wrong, but you're gonna have to give up some. But again,
But listen, the other thing is, if you want to go see a Jays game, a Leaf game, or go see a play, you hop on the go
right,
and you're down there in an hour and 15 right at Union Station.
right, no parking, no nothing. Get off, board on again. See you later. You're home.
Yeah.
I think that
So,
good.
well, what they say is overall buying a home in Barrie could be a wise decision if you plan to stay for the long term or if you're interested in renting it out.
Yeah, there's options.
It may produce a good balance of growth potential, affordability, quality of life, but it's important to assess your own financial needs and lifestyle wants.
I agree.
So, I always tell my clients the same thing. If you're in here for the long term or at least 4 or 5 years, you're going to be fine here.
Oh, for sure. Like, absolutely. I mean, we're not going to see I don't think any parts of this market or any geographical area are going to see double-digit increases next year. Hey, if we can get 1 or 2 or 3% of the market, we're doing well, I think.
Well,
But
down Sarnia,
who knows?
Windsor, I mean, it's a lot cheaper down there, but
Nothing's
they don't go up.
small appreciation rates, right? And I think there's a lot of people today looking for more affordable areas. There's tons. There's tons.
Well, I've had clients asking me those questions, and then I said, well, you realize that like I had a client that bought 5 or 6 years ago, and then he tried to sell a Windsor, and he can't even break even.
Well, there's not much there, right?
They don't rise the way they do here, so you can get something cheap, but it's not going to grow.
No, and moving to, I mean, again, I suggest people research the communities that they're thinking of moving to. You go into Barrie, research Barrie. Go back to our channels, our videos. We got hundreds of videos. Go back, use it as a library resource. It's there, right? We go over numbers, we go over community events, we go over lots about the community. So I think that's a wrap. I think we covered some good details. Anybody wants any more information on the Barrie real estate market, reach out to Dan and myself. We'd be happy to help you out and subscribe for more information on Barrie and surrounding areas.
Perfect.
See ya.
See ya.
That was good.